Let's talk about Max Verstappen, who we have given a B grade for the 2025 mid-season point. And 2 wins, 165 points, and he's third in the championship, but hasn't exactly been smooth sailing for the Red Bull so far.
No, and I think honestly, for me, the reason why I didn't give him an A, because let's face it, he has completely outdriven that car at times. That Red Bull has had no, like, like no deal being as high as it's been at times. Max has had no deal like winning some of the races again or getting some of the pole position. The fact he stuck it on pole at Silverstone goes to show just how much he's overdriving and overperforming in that car. However, the reason why he has a B in my books is because of some of these stupid antics we've seen from him this season, which kind of taints it. And it's like I always say, angry Max is dangerous Max, and unfortunately, that's come out at times this season where we've seen Max not driving at a level where he should be or doing things a bit rash. And honestly, that the incident with him and Russell in Spain was just completely uncalled for. So it kind of does take away a bit from what the great things he's done. He's had so many great performances. He's been often near or nearabouts the podium, but that car is unfortunately not very good, and it's very much hampering his opportunities to be challenging for the world title because we all know that given a half decent car, he'll push it all the way to the end, and unfortunately, the Red Bull this year just isn't as competitive as that McLaren. Sometimes it lacks behind the Mercedes, and it's sometimes on par with the Ferrari, and it's not where they need to be. And Max is pushing as much as he can, but there's only so much he can do, and I think he gets hampered by that somewhat in his performances.
I think
And
Red Bull.
then,
Sorry. I
oh,
thought
sorry,
you finished there, Louis.
keep going
I
on.
think I think Red Bull have been having to take a lot of risks with that car and its setup. You mentioned that it has no business being at the front. It's like if you take Silverstone as an example, they had to take some wing off the rear wing to get some balance in the car, but it meant they had tremendous straight line speed, and as soon as it rained, that thing was sliding all over the place. It was more like rallycross than Formula One. And that I think is a microcosm of the season. The mistake with the spin at the restart cost him an awful lot of points. You can't keep throwing Hail Marys with the car setup and Max Verstappen keep delivering. It's just not possible. He's done some amazing things. Japan and Imola were unbelievable in different ways. The overtake at Imola at the start, the pole position at Suzuka to set up the race win. But there have been other incidents, like you say, with the Russell collision. I think there was the Jeddah one where he didn't give the position back at turn one when Piastri forced him off. He had an opportunity to do that, and he could have then executed the undercut. So there was opportunities there. But I think, yeah, like you say, with some of his antics and some of that red mist coming down, it's just taken away some of those opportunities. They don't have that car advantage performance anymore, in performance anymore. So yeah, I think Louis, you summed it up really well. The car has really made him have to overdrive, and we're seeing sort of the results of that.
Yeah, I would absolutely agree. And I think we're all kind of on the same level anyway, looking at the grades. We've all given Max Verstappen a B. Grid Talk's given Max Verstappen a B. There's room for improvement, but the improvement is in the car as well, and it's not just it's not just about Max, but those incidents in Spain, as you mentioned as well, and in Jeddah, it's showing Max when he gets a bit more desperate, and Red Bull have been looking a bit more desperate this season, and that's potentially another reason as to why Christian Horner will not be the team principal for the second half of this season of 2025.